What's up YouTube? I'm back again with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about a recently announced collaboration between Rolls-Royce and a UK-based eVTOL maker. If you like these types of videos, please remember to hit like and subscribe. I appreciate all the feedback. You guys have been awesome, and without more to say, let's get right into it. It was announced today that Rolls-Royce would be starting a new collaboration with Vertical Aerospace, a United Kingdom-based eVTOL maker. This eVTOL will have a pilot and can carry up to 4 passengers for 120 miles at a cruise of over 200 miles per hour, and it's on its way to be certified in 2024. We've talked a little bit before about Rolls-Royce's electric motors and how they're trying to develop one that is much quieter. They're going the stealth type approach, which would use a larger fan blade and lower rotational speeds that basically they say can be 100 times less noisy than a traditional helicopter. Noise complaints will be the biggest problem with eVTOLs in the future, and Rolls-Royce knows that. Making a quiet jet is probably the biggest challenge to this entire industry, and if they can figure it out, Rolls-Royce is in a position to sell a lot of their engines. Hopping on over to verticalaerospace.com, you can see that they've been working on this plane for quite a while. Here's an example of a couple commutes and how much faster it would take with an eVTOL. One in London and one in Los Angeles. If you watch closely, you can see the time differences between driving and flying in the vertical takeoff and landing vehicle, and there's no comparison. Vertical Aerospace says that it can carry up to 5 people and is set to be one of the first certified all-electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. And if this industry really takes off, Rolls-Royce is set for industry dominance. This vehicle is completely emission-free, and that is one of the highest priorities for not only Rolls-Royce but the entire world at this point in time. This aircraft was designed with noise reduction in mind. Using distributed propulsion and large open rotors that have significantly lower tip speeds than on a helicopter, the VAX-4 can achieve noise levels 100 times quieter than a helicopter and blends into inner-city background noise in cruise. Like I said before, if you've ever heard a helicopter flying around or been around even a really small drone, they are very, very noisy. This will be the biggest problem. Vertical takeoff and landing has actually been tried before in the past in New York City and other metropolitan areas, and the reason why it never picked up was the noise complaints. If you can imagine 20 or 30 of these vehicles flying around the skies, and if they were all as loud as helicopters, it'd be deafening. And people would never be able to enjoy any type of peace inside of a city. And it's not like cities are really quiet places, but I don't think they want to make it any worse than it already is. 120 mile range might not sound like it's very far, but most people commute much, much closer. And, being able to fly in a straight line cuts a lot of the extra mileage out of a specific road trip. Rolls-Royce also recently announced a partnership with Tecnam for the development of the Plz, an all-electric, twin-electric motor, short and medium-range passenger aircraft designed for maximum versatility and safety, powered by renewable energy. Wow, that is one crazy sentence. The Plz looks like a more traditional style aircraft with its main use cases for short and medium range airlines. Tecnam is working on a few different electric aircraft, and it's nice to see Rolls-Royce in there at the cutting edge and not being left behind. These type of aircraft could be more popular at the beginning, just due to the similarity to what people are already used to flying in and what pilots are used to flying. This plane can be configured as an 11-seater or a 9-seater, and it looks like it has a longer range than the traditional vertical takeoff type. Here's a quick look at the cockpit, and you can always go to Tecnam.com and have a look at yourself. Keep an eye out for these eVTOL vehicles. It seems like Rolls-Royce might be the engine supplier. We briefly hit on that earlier on how they were developing a quiet engine and how they might be looking to sell these engines to all these eVTOL companies, and it looks like they found one buyer, and maybe they'll be finding a lot more soon. And quickly going back to their Twitter, you can see that, Vertical Aerospace is one of those companies they recently followed. And, maybe Whisk, John Air, Pipistrel, Volocopter, Lilium, maybe all these companies will be buying Rolls-Royce motors here pretty soon. We can only hope. So if you enjoyed the video, you guys, please remember to hit like and subscribe. I appreciate all your feedback. You guys have been awesome. I will keep up with the Rolls-Royce updates. I know you guys like them. So hope you all have a great week trading. Today has been a breath of fresh green air. Thank goodness. It's been a rough couple weeks. Rolls-Royce held up very strong. So, if you had a lot of money in Rolls-Royce, you probably weren't too fazed by last week. I put out a video on how I like to trade during those weeks if you are interested. And yeah, guys, that's about it. I'll catch you on the next one. Stock Surfer, signing out.